I was like, hallucinating in my bed with like 104 temperature. And Anne comes bursting in the room. She goes, I got these lyrics. I got these lyrics. I'm like, what? The way Crazy on You actually came about was because Anne is largely an incredible lyricist. And I was, at the time, we had the idea for a song like, with a driving guitar part, like the Moody Blues song called Questions. Ding, 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 why do we never get an answer? There's that song that starts one of their albums.
Yeah.
We wanted an energy, like acoustic energy like that. We knew that much. And then I felt very sick with a terrible flu and a very high fever. And I was like, hallucinating in my bed with like 104 temperature. And Anne comes bursting in the room. She goes, I got these lyrics. I got these lyrics. I'm like, what? And she had the entire.
Come back later, right? That's what you're.
What are you talking about? I can barely understand a word you're saying. But she gave me the notebook, and I read the lyrics right then, and it was like, wow. That's everything about what's happening in the world today with Vietnam, and we may still have time, we might still get by. Every time you think about it, I want to cry. The bombs and the devil, the kids keep coming. No way to breathe easy. No time to be young. So what else am I going to do except go crazy on you? Was like the chorus, and I was like, this is perfect. I don't need to fix one thing in here. So it was. And as soon as I, was recouped enough to play again, it was the A minor to F, and it was really it came together really fast.
So she had the lyrics first, and then you brought the music to it. Is that?
Well, we knew that we wanted that music, the vibe of that music. So we'd already been experimenting with music in that energy.
Right.
So we had the groove already in mind, but she just came up with all these lyrics, and then it kind of slotted together really pretty easily with the guitar part, rhythm guitar. And then Roger Fisher, who was our guitar player at the time, came up with the da 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 da, which is iconic in itself.
Oh yeah.
You walk into Guitar Center, like I've walked into guitar centers, and it's suddenly a bunch of people are going da 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 da.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
I don't miss Guitar Center, I gotta say. It's like, hey, play me a little tune.
Right, exactly.
Like, no, you already played it. It's okay, you already played it. Which is all the world's best problem, to ever have.
So you had this idea. She brought the lyrics to you when you were sweating profusely, but you immediately kind of got
it. My teeth were chattering,
And you said that it came together really quickly at that point.
At that point, we had the lyrics. I mean, the lyrics are always the tougher part of any song to do right, to do well. In my estimation, getting good words means a lot. It's not that easy to come up with words that sing well and that sit well in a track, and fit to the music. So a lot of times you write music first, and then you got to try to fit the lyrics on top of those, and it's like a Rubik's Cube, sort of, sometimes, You go, damn, I've painted myself into a rhyming corner here because I can't find a word that rhymes with orange, or whatever.
Right.
And so, I guess that's what rhyming dictionaries are for. But I still have my original rhyming dictionary.
That's funny. I actually didn't even know about a rhyming dictionary.
Oh yeah, well, you can do it online, but I still have my book. It's like a little paperback that's just shredded. It's falling apart. You have to kind of hold the pages on,
That's cool.
It's just like you refer to cool ideas for near rhymes or perfect rhymes, or how many syllables do you need that rhyme with that word? You can look all of that stuff up, and it's a good tool for sure.
So when you went into, so you had this and it all kind of came together, and then when you went into the recording studio to do it, was it pretty faithful to how you had it immediately, initially, or did it get a lot of work in the studio to perfect it in a way that we understand it to be today?
I don't think that song was ever a difficult song to pull out, like pulling teeth sometimes. You have like Magic Man, for instance. We were like, we knew the words were great. We knew what key it would be in, what the melodies would be, but the groove itself was really evading us. We were kind of like, da 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 da. It's like, no, that sounds kind of like, I don't know, a little too, hi, how are you, and not to be disrespectful, but it just didn't sound like rock.
Once you had recorded Crazy on You, did you know that you had something special with that song?
Oh, absolutely. Like that song had so much to say, it was relevant, but it was also sexy at the same time. So it talks about the political world we're from, and then it just says, oh, I can't do all this. I might as well just go crazy on you, and which is finding an escape hatch with a romantic person, with someone you're just like, when all else fails, make love, like kind of thing. And it's a great message, and I think it walks the line between too political and nicely romantic. So we knew that song was perfect, and it was really like, and the energy was so big, and so that's why I decided this should start the album, but I should be like in the band Yes, like Steve Howe and the band Yes would make like almost like a classical acoustic intro into the song.
Yeah.
So that's why I put, I took a couple of days by myself in a room to find something in the same key that would fit as an introduction to Crazy on You, which now is called Silver Wheels. And I was totally trying to channel a Paul Simon acoustic instrumental song early on called Angie. And so it had the same shuffle beat and the same key and a similar shape as the Paul Simon song Angie has. But I made it my own, obviously, and now you see it all over Instagram. Like heart bands are like, I could do this now. I could play this.
Well, it's
really
pretty.
I love it.
It's such an incredibly intricate.
It's intricate.
It is intricate, and I wish I could remotely come close to playing something like that. But again, that's one of those things. Like when you had the track, you were saying that you knew you had something immediately. You went back and as part of it, before you went in the studio, you went off on your own and created this introduction. Yeah. Was it another one of those things, Nancy, where you knew you had it once you?
Yeah, once it came together. Yeah. Because I was kind of a flashy player. I mean, I still can be, but at the time I was really trying to prove it super hard. I was really, trying to be, as good as any guy, and trying to prove it really hard. And so I thought, I could do this great acoustic picking fingerstyle thing, but I can do it aggressively, so it's not folk-like. It's not like folk music. So it's got like this energy in it. That's what I loved about the Angie song that Paul Simon did. There's a great energy to it, and it just takes you on a little ride. But it took me 3 days, seriously, because I was like, no, not that. But maybe this, and just do it over and over and over and over again. And then your fingers are really sore because so you have to take a break, and but it came together, and now it's part of the moment that is Crazy on You. It's really good to have that be there.
Yeah.
Introducing Crazy
on You. Sure, the crowd goes crazy when they start hearing.
They know it from the first note.
Oh yeah.
Which is so cool to me. Like,
isn't it wild that so it was intense. You go off on your own for 3 days, but look at that investment of time, that creative time. That
certainly was worthwhile. Yeah, it really was. And so many people make that their like, I'm raising this bar so I could call myself a player if I could play that. If I could play Silver Wheels. And a lot of people can now play silver wheels really well, which is amazing to me because it's not easy.
Yeah.
You know, it's
so let me ask you a strange question about that. When you, let's say when you went off for those 3 days because you wanted to create something like that, was that hard work in your mind, or was it just like, was it fun? Like what is the headspace like when you have a task that you set for yourself to create like an intro? And you're this, you were probably what, like 20 at the time?
Well, 20, maybe 21.
Yeah.
Something like that. I was doggedly determined to put myself on the map as a player individually from the group, so that I had a signature thing that I bring to the album as an introduction to this amazingly, powerful song. So I think I was really determined. Like, I knew it was always fun to play, and I love playing. There's no real work involved in per se. It never feels like work for me to play guitar. I mean, almost ever. If somebody says, let's do this again, I'm like, oh, okay, one more time. But then it gets better, you do it again and it will get better. But I think I was like so military about it. Like, we come from a military background. Our dad retired as a major. His dad was a 4-star brigadier general. His brother was in the service. And so was our granddad, both our granddads. So we had this ethic, this military, this dogged determination to make it, to be really good, and to prove how good we were. And Anne at that time as a singer too, you see her just vocal pyrotechnics like nobody's business, like no one ever did, or still will probably ever do. But, later on, like more recently, her vocals have become more soulful and a little less trying so hard to push it and prove it, which I think is even a nicer, like, I hear some of those early, like Zeppelin songs too, with Robert Plant, like way up in the stratosphere.
Yeah.
And like, wow, like that's impossible, But Anne was doing the impossible like that. And I was trying to do the impossible with that introduction for Crazy on You, something that, would be really hard for people to ever learn. Because, like almost on purpose.
I love what you said about her voice too, vocal pyrotechnics. That's a great way to put it. And and so you were saying you're so determined at the time. Could you even fathom at the age of 20 or 21 that you would become this massive band? Was that the goal? And did you think it was possible?
No, it was absolutely the goal. And being such Beatle fans and having, put ourselves through music school, basically learning every Beatles song and every song on the radio, and writing songs and learning how to write songs better, and learning how to play and becoming a better singer, players, Anne plays too, and she plays keyboards too, and I play keyboards too. But we've just tried to improve ourselves as hard and as fast as possible, because the idea was we were going to make it big, and we were determined, and we were pretty sure. I mean, I felt like this is what I'm born to do. This is my destiny. I'm going to do this, and it's going to work out.
Yeah.
And it did. It actually did, which is crazy, because now, at my ripe old level of experience here, I'm like realizing I have no other skills. Like, I mean, I'm sure I could fit in somewhere, if I was trying to do something like a normal job of some kind.
Yeah.
But I don't know what. I mean, I'm good at a lot of stuff. I'm a good cook. I'm good with animals. I could probably teach music, but I don't really read. I can, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't go by reading music, so I wouldn't be able to teach reading music. So I don't know what else I could ever do.